Hi everyone, welcome to How Ines Rolls. I know today's game day and you won't be seeing this until tomorrow, but I'm going to be showing you a couple of very easy recipes that you could do anytime for any occasion. Let's get started. You can see we got a lot going on back here as we're starting to get things ready for Super Bowl. But what I am going to show you is making some super yummy potato skins. You heard me. It is so easy, and I first need to get started on making them. So what I need to do is do some washing of potatoes. All right, so I got some potatoes ready here, and all I'm gonna do is rub them lightly with some canola oil and put them into the oven to bake for 30 to 40 minutes. I'll just kind of keep an eye on them just to make sure they're soft throughout. But we're already gonna give it a little bit of a crispy outside. So I just put a little bit of oil in a tiny bowl and just kind of got a paper towel to help get a little bit of this coating on here. Not too much, I'm not trying to make the outside taste too oily, but I just wanna give it some opportunities to start cooking the outside. So you can see I've got a lot here, and I'm gonna be making a whole lot because these are so good to keep for the next couple of days, if we have them for the next couple of days, but they are good for leftovers as well. All right, so these are going into the oven, and I'll be seeing them in about 30 to 40 minutes. These just came out of the oven, and when I was able to put my fork into it, the skins were already starting to get a little bit crispy. So that's what we want. We want a little bit of that crispiness because that's what makes potato skins so good. Am I right? So I'm just gonna let these come to, a little bit of a room temperature. I'm just gonna kind of let them chill out for a bit so I can work on some other stuff. So we are in full swing here in the kitchen. Paul's helping, we're all doing stuff, and we just wanna be ready within the next 30 minutes. So I am going to be making some croissant roll-ups that also have the seasoning on top that might have like a slider seasoning. They are so good this way. So I have my foil on my pan, and I'm just gonna go get my crescent rolls, and it's so easy. I am just unrolling these. So easy, you guys. And I just got some really good looking ham from the deli. Just cut it up into I cut mine into quarters, but that's because the pieces were like this big. And I cut these little cubes, or these little pieces from a Monterey Jack cheese. And then I'm just gonna roll it up. So I have these all here. I have actually 2 containers of the crescent rolls. So I'm gonna be making total 16 of these. And then I'll show you what I'm gonna put on top. It's gonna be good. And look how easy this is. You just literally roll it up. So I have some melted butter. I'm just gonna put a tiny little bit of Worcestershire sauce and a little bit of garlic powder. Just a little bit there. And I'm just gonna make like a little sauce to go on top of these little roll-ups. It'll make it really yummy. Kind of savory. And then I'm gonna use my little brush and just give them a quick little brush before I put them in at 375. It'll give it a little bit of depth to the flavor that's already gonna be delicious. And then we'll work on those potato skins. They won't take too long now that I have them already almost ready to go. The last parts are only gonna take a few minutes. This is looking so yummy. It's kind of like a pig's in a blanket, so to say, but just kicked up a notch, don't you think? All right, let's get them in. So we have about 15 minutes before our friends are coming over, and no fret, we have these potatoes to put together. So I've done about half of them already. So you're gonna lengthwise cut them. This one's kind of big, so I think I will cut it in half as well. Just because you kind of want hors d'oeuvres to not look like a spectacle when your friends are trying to eat it. So, and then you're just going to take a spoon and just kind of scrape out some of it. Now that's gonna be your preference completely. I like having more potato on mine, but you know what? It's completely up to you. If you don't even want to scrape it out, I don't blame you. And then you can keep the potatoes and make some mashed potatoes later out of them. So I melted about a half a stick of butter or so, and I'm just going to cover the fronts, and then I'm going to flip them over and then do the backs. Totally easy. Now this is going to be the fun part after this, so kind of be close by to the oven so you won't forget them. Okay, so I flipped them over, and now I'm going to do just a quick butter on the back. And I have my temperature of my oven about 375. I may bump that up to 400. I am going to put these in for about 5 minutes. Because remember, they're already cooked through. So we just want to get those skins nice and crispy. Now, could you see where you could make these for dinner, for any get-together? It doesn't have to be a game day. It could be for any day. So let's get these in for 5 minutes, you guys. Just as I was putting the potatoes in, these were ready to come out. They just look so good. The cheese is kind of spilling out a little bit. What do you guys think? So now I have over here, I made some bacon last night, and you could just crisp that up in the oven. That's just kind of how I do it, about 375 for 15-20 minutes, just kind of how you like it. And I've just chopped it up, and so now I'm gonna have my cheeses ready to go. And that puppy, she's fun. She's adorable. Okay, so these just came out. They're nice and hot, so I'm just gonna flip them over right now. And this is when you would season it. Salt and pepper. I am gonna be using a veggie rub that Paul has because it's so good. Paul, do you think I'll need to also salt them? Or is that all in the rub?
It's in the rub, so
I think they'll be fine, right?
Yeah,
okay.
And the bacon's salty too.
Yeah, the bacon is salty as well, so we're just going to get this going. I have actually Monterey Jack cheese and cheddar cheese, and I'm gonna kind of do a little bit of both. Let me know if you like eating potato skins. They are so good. I love with sour cream on top. It's just kind of like a fancy baked potato, don't you think? Well, less potato, more skin. All right. I only have one of the pans out, so we're gonna do a little crossover. Oh yes, this is gonna be so good. Let me know if you are watching the game as well, and if you had friends over. This is kind of our thing, wouldn't you say, Paul, is to have get-togethers.
Yeah.
Hey, we like doing it, and we kind of, we love having the Phillips over, and we have all of our friends. Sometimes they come all over. With Kobe graduating this year, we'll have another party soon. Okay, you guys, so I got the bacon on, and now it's time for cheese, and then I'll put them in the oven. Oh, so good. I'm a fan of cheese. Now, I think I've mentioned it before. I love freshly grated cheese. So I do not usually buy cheese already pre-grated. I just like to buy it myself and do it myself. Really good that way. Ooh, I'll show you up close what these look like. Okay, now the cheddar. I prefer medium cheddar or even sharp to these potatoes, but all I have is mild. That'll have to do. That's why I use Monterey Jack to get some different flavor in there. Oh, ho, ho, ho. This is looking so good. Okay, I'll show you what this looks like before I put it in. You guys, it's like potato nachos. So they will only need to really go into the oven for about 5 more minutes, which is perfect because that's when our friends are coming. Just pulled them out. Look at how good they look. I am ready to eat. And here are those croissants. And then, of course, Paul made these. And I made those Captain Crunch chickens. And then that's the lumpia that the Phillips brought. All right, let's eat. Well, that is it, you guys. We just said goodnight to our friends, and we just had a really great time with them. the kids got a little bit nutty at the end, but it helped. It helped them to bring up the score for the Chiefs, and all is well in the universe, right? Let me know if your team won the Super Bowl, and let me know what you thought of these sides that I made. Those ham and cheese sliders with a little bit of that butter with the Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to put a link below to where you can make those. And also those potato skins. They are just so good. And we have a lot left over for tomorrow for leftovers. Just the way I planned it. So thanks so much for stopping by the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. I'm so grateful to all of you. Have a wonderful evening, everybody, and stick around, rollers. You just never know what I'll be rolling out next. Bye, everyone.